Whatever violates you is not intending, whatever is doing that to you and teaching you religion, for the most part, with rare exceptions, is not laying religion on you. You can't lay religion on people. You can't teach people religion. You can't even educate people. That's what the educators don't understand. Education is a big cult too. Like I said in the first segment, it's another form of ignorance. It's a way of receiving the spirit of education as opposed to the spirit of understanding. And when you receive the spirit of religion, you don't receive the spirit of truth. You receive the spirit of knowledge. Because what was standing when paradise was lost? What was the appeal to the mind or ego of Adam? The knowledge of good. You want to be God? Then you have to doubt God. That's how you become God. But you have to have knowledge too. And knowledge is a way of doubting God. The more you know, the more you think you know. The more you think, and the more you think that you know. The thinker is lost in the thinking, and therefore pride swells up out of that. You see that? In conflict. So then you seek for knowledge. The more knowledge gets into you, the more you're guided by a spirit of knowledge, with its knowledge of religion. So you seek. So instead of finding the truth within you and going on that journey, the longer I live, the more I leave behind knowledge and come to understanding. Understanding becomes my knowledge. It trickles down into knowledge. And it's knowledge that comes from within and above, that comes from not greedy to know knowledge from without and below. It's not an ego knowledge. It's not a pride. It's not a knowledge that you can puff up with pridefully. Because that kind of knowledge, that part of you that's fed with this kind of knowledge, is fed by the source which causes man to fall from an understanding, which corrupts him and gets inside him and makes him cry for that which corrupted him. Any questions? Yes.
I've been battling with that.
You have to wait amongst the people.
I've been battling with that idea. Now that I'm getting in touch with God of my own understanding, I'm fairly comfortable with that. But every once in a while, something creeps in, like some nagging doubt that maybe I'm not on the right road, that maybe there's something wrong about having a God of my own understanding, that perhaps I should be still relying on that God that my parents taught me about.
Yes, but it'll always be there until you realize that the God of understanding is the God of understanding, and they ain't.
Yeah, but how do you override that?
If your parents loved you, they will bring you to the one basic truth of all mankind, that the light and truth is in you originally. Never doubt that.
But that wasn't how it was, and perhaps that's what I'm battling.
Yeah, that's what
I was the hell and brimfire kind.
Yes, that one. So you're violated by that, so that instead of being a Catholic, so you're a Baptist.
Not quite.
Or a hell and fire and brimstone. But that violates you. That makes you think you don't know. That upsets you. That tips the balances of good and evil inside your soul, so that you doubt your self. And when you doubt yourself, the flow, the trickle-down effect of knowledge, where you grow from understanding, and as you grow from understanding, more understanding comes to grow from. See, that process is interrupted. Something else gets in there, and now you feel dumb and stupid, and now you seek that source that corrupted you to know yourself, and to be religious, and to be smart, and to get directions. And also, it's for who you are. It's an identity, isn't it? It's an identity. And it's this identity that causes in us a dehumanizing process. One process from within above, original when you were born, if you could hold on to that, you'd flower into a beautiful, gracious, strong, wise, self-determining, self-enlightened, not dependent, independent, not out-dependent, gentle, fair, you know, all the superlatives. The other one, when it comes in, it produces, at the very best, an imitation, a fake Christian, a fake righteous person. But inside that fake is the nature of that which is violated growing up. So that the more right you are, the more puff up in righteousness, and you feel good about yourself because you just went to church. You sucked up all the sermon, and the preacher loves you, you see, and he just gives you a nod of approval for accepting his gobbledygook.
But I also noticed that it carried over into other areas of my life. I also doubt other things. And it also enabled me to be able to have, how can I put it? I had like two groups of people. There were the sophisticated, always right kind, and then there were the kinds that had fun and enjoyed life. And it was also the thing, too, that I always held the belief that at some point when I had done all the things that I wanted to, that eventually I would go back to that
Religion.
God. Yeah, and it kind of left me in a confused state.
Yes, well, I imagine it would, because the whole thing is confusion. But the point that I was making is that this is the point, and this is a very valid one, and you may have never seen it before, and it may be a will-o'-the-wisp as I explain it. But whatever it is that makes you need religion, let's say you have one of those parents who is not real, who goes to church every week, who is a phony, and you see that they're phony, and they are impatient and cruel, but they are, you know, they spout verses and chapters all the time, and they talk about the Lord, this and the Lord that, and the Lord Jesus this, but you, as a little child, you see that. All they're doing is losing themselves in these ideas, these concepts, and they think because they know about God, that they know God, almost that they are God themselves, and they are good, because they believe in their idol who tells them they're good for learning all these phrases. And because by learning and acquiring verses and chapters, they're actually rejecting the truth. They're losing themselves in knowledge and acquiring an illusion of worth. See now, it's the same principle of acquiring illusions of worth can be applied to a man when he gets an illusion of worth by love. It isn't religion here, but yet it's like religion, because after all, it's a source of direction, a source of love. The preacher loves you, the Pope loves you. See? And you have to perform in order to be loved. And what is this performance? It's an obedience to a wrong spirit, the spirit of your corruption. And every time you perform, and every time you involve yourself with a knowledge of which makes you righteous, it's really a denial of reality. See, you go out on Monday, you go to church on Sunday, and you pray on each other, and then pray on each other on Monday. You see, and then you go back to be kosherized by more of the same, sing songs, and you steep yourself in the atmosphere of stained glass windows, and you drink it all in. See, and it goes to your head like an alcoholic with his wet wine, and you feel you've rejected reality. You've taken away your anxiety. You feel loved. But you don't realize that by losing yourself in that atmosphere, you're rejecting God, but you're also drawing up an identity. Because every time you reject the truth, you're accepting a lie. And the lie is making a home in you and starting to give you conflict about what you... Now we're getting some questions, are we not?
It sounds like you're saying we're all, in a way, demonically possessed.
Yes, correct.
In the strictest form?
In the most serious and most strictest form. We are demon guided.
The idea of saying, I'm saved, I'm a Christian, is a lie.
Yeah, the fact that a person says he's saved as a Christian is one of the biggest lies. As I've always said, a born-again turkey is still a turkey. That even the born-again experience can often be, and is most often, a form of self-delusion. In other words, you lose yourself in the emotional excitement of the idea that you're saved, when all you are is saved from seeing that you're not saved.
So you're saved until you're actually gone.
And what happens is that you have to keep going back to church every week to have that idea of salvation reinforced. Now, if you had to go back to the hospital every week to get a treatment to make you well, you obviously wouldn't be well. See, that's the logic of that. Salvation is where you have been saved from the spirit of the world, that you no longer need its chorus of support and reassurances.